Very pleasant good evening on this Thursday night. This is Lehigh Valley Sports Scene alongside Al DiCarlo. I'm Mike Zambelli. We start tonight with NCAA college basketball on the ladies' side, and Muhlenberg continues their winning ways.
Oh, winning ways. You talk about DeSales and Moravian, Muhlenberg right up there in the thick of things, especially in the rankings. Muhlenberg's women's basketball team now has a 4-game lead in the Centennial Conference standings with 6 to play, thanks to last night's win over Ursinus and second-place McDaniel losing to Gettysburg. The Mules' win over the Bears improved their unbeaten record to 11-0. As Tom Mikrans reports, freshman Alexandra Chili set 2 records in leading the Mules to last night's victory.
Muhlenberg was coming off a loss to Alvernia Monday night, which snapped the Mules' 7-game win streak. Ursinus was reeling with 9 losses in its last 11 games. Julie Bound got off to a hot start, scoring the Bears' first 7 points and giving Ursinus its only lead of the game at 7-6. Alexandra Chili needed 4 3-pointers to tie the team record for threes in a season. The freshman got number 61 and 62 on her way to 12 first-half points and leading the Mules to a 35-21 halftime lead. Ursinus turned up the heat defensively, sending both teams to the foul line often in the second half. Muhlenberg led by 14 at one point. Jackie Thomas trims it to 9 with about 12 minutes to go. Bound averages just over 7 points a game, but the junior continued to find net in the second half and led the Bears with 22 points. Chili goes to Sheila Cook, who is alone underneath and puts up 2 of her 12 points. Cook added 3 steals in her first start of the season. Muhlenberg goes on a late 11-2 run to put the game away. Top rebounder Kelly McKeon goes coast to coast. The sophomore guard also tallied 12 points. Chili gets her 4th triple of the game with 2:34 to go and ties the school mark 4 3-pointers in a season with her 64th. Then with 1:46 showing, Chili hits number 65 for sole possession of the record and also breaks the conference freshman mark for threes in a season. She would soar to 29 points to lead the floor. Katie Rossino puts the icing on the cake with the steal and 2 as Muhlenberg breezes to an 80-57 victory. That's the Mules' 3rd highest point total of the year. The talk afterwards focused on Chili and her record-setting night coming with 7 regular season games remaining.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good 3-point shooter. I mean, to break a season record with a month to go is pretty good. She's going to have a chance to break a lot of records because she's such a good player. We've got a big conference game against McDaniel on Saturday. Sort of wanted to get that out of the way so it wasn't one of those things that's hanging over your head going into that game.
I actually didn't know that I was going to break a record coming in. I didn't know that I needed a certain amount, but I'm excited. I've still got some games left, so see what happens.
It seemed like once they got a little aggressive in the second half, it turned into a free throw contest.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're a little tired physically and mentally. It's our 5th game, I think, in 9 days. So we need a day off tomorrow to rest. I think we're a little mentally worn down. You know, you have such a good team. Every game winds up being important. So we just didn't move our feet well, got a little physical because we were just a little late on everything.
So 1 down, 3 to go. If the Mules win their next 3 conference games all here at home, they will clinch the regular season title and earn the home court throughout the playoffs. On the scene at Memorial Hall, Tom Mikrans, 2 Sports.
All right, thanks, Tom. Over to the men's game last night at Muhlenberg. Ursinus comes in as the defending Centennial Conference champions, winning, as a matter of fact, the last 4 of the last 6 titles. But mid-season are tied this year with the Mules at 5-5 in league games, both wanting that win to try and better their chances of getting into the league tournament. Regina Potocny has the highlights.
It's been a struggle for Ursinus after losing one of their top scorers to an injury 8 games into the season. Their visit to Muhlenberg was not much different. In the first 4 minutes, the Mules, 9-7 overall, quickly got off to a 15-3 start. Junior Zach Rosenberg is just his 2nd start, will have 4 of his 12 points in that run. And Peter Barnes will leave nothing on the court as the 6'9 junior gives the crowd a sight to see with a slam dunk, helping set the tone for the game. The Bears don't completely back down. They will get within 4 3 times in the 40-minute contest, but at halftime, the home team has a 14-point advantage. They score 46 points, a first-half season high. And the lead will improve to 17 in the second as the Mules get contribution from everyone on the floor, having 5 players score double digits. Barnes will lead the team with 20 points and 10 rebounds, but the Bears put together a 7-0 and then 8-0 run to bring them within 5. Senior guard John Noonan will have a team high of 30 points. About 5 minutes remaining, Ursinus comes within 4, but Ryan Foster will hit a three-pointer. Foster ends up with 11 to start Muhlenberg on a 13-0 scoring streak, keeping the Bears out of the basket the remainder of the game. The Mules pulled this one out on their home court by a score of 73-65.
I thought we played with terrific intensity, terrific passion. Our guys were just ready to go from start to finish. They squeezed down the lead late in the game, and our guys didn't panic. They didn't have a breaking point, which we talk about before games. And I just was thrilled with the effort by our guys.
Well, the theme so far this season has really been us coming out slow and being methodical on offense. And we just tried to get really amped up for the game, and because we know this is a big game, we have a lot of games coming up, and we need to win them if we're going to make it to the playoffs, and this is the start of it. And so we just tried to come out firing, and like second half we usually start a little bit slow, but we tried to stay on an even keel and just play as hard as we could on defense.
We came in here with the mentality that you want to be the best, we got to beat the best. So with Ursinus coming back with 3 of 5 starters from a Final Four team, we came in here a little heated, ready to get ours, and we took it to them. Guard shot the lights out and worked out well.
Now tied for 4th in the Centennial Conference, the Muhlenberg men are anticipating they must win 6 out of their next 7 league games to guarantee them a spot in the upcoming postseason. Next up for the Mules is McDaniel here at home on Saturday afternoon. On the scene from Memorial Hall, Regina Potocny, 2 Sports.